Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. The resident officer is a very important part of the highway patrol system. In isolated sections of the state where the population is sparse, the resident officer is on duty 24 hours a day. His only contact with headquarters is by radio. When trouble comes to these areas, the officer is on his own and forced to make quick life and death decisions. In the remote southern section of the state, James Simpson had been the resident officer for 2 years. April 8th started out as just another routine day for him. As usual, he began with breakfast at the local restaurant.
Hi, Alice. You know you look prettier every time I see you.
You know, Jim, if you ever failed to say that, I'd think you were sick or something.
I do that every day. And every day, I order the same thing.
It's already on. You know, if you came in here just 1 minute after 8, I'd be convinced the world was ending.
I didn't know you cared.
I might as well be your wife. I feed you 3 times a day and listen to all your complaints.
You don't clean my house.
Oh, eat your breakfast. All the brush fires under control?
Not a flicker left. Not so bad this year. At least no damage was done to the homes. Hey, I'm a growing boy. Could I have a little salt?
Well, it's already salted.
I like a little more.
Oh, you're all alike. You never know when you're well off.
Let's eat. Maybe we better not, Greer. Could be risky.
Relax, Charlie. There's nobody around here interested in us.
Greer, look. Cop, let's get out of here.
Charlie! We're going in there as if everything's all right. Otherwise, that cop will have something to get suspicious about. Well, how about something hot to drink?
Coming right up.
You got a rough day ahead of you on that highway. A lot of traffic out there.
Oh, you get used to it if you work around here. You fellows traveling through?
On our way to Springville. Have business there.
We'll take it easy on the road. I'll take a refill.
How about some food?
Yeah. Think maybe we will.
$27.70 to headquarters. $27.70 to headquarters.
Headquarters, come in 2770.
$27.70. In a restaurant on Highway 44, about 1 mile south of the Medford Junction. 3 men entered. Look suspicious.
We can get some food later.
Charlie, you're gonna be more trouble than you're worth. Shut up.
Drove up in a two-tone, white and brown coupe. License number, Nora Paul Adam, 326. Nora Paul Adam, 326.
I got it. This is Matthews. Those 3 guys you described, they could have pulled a Sheffield payroll job. Look, they're armed and dangerous. They shot a couple of people. Stall them as long as you can. I'll meet you there in a half hour by helicopter. 10-4?
10-4. Nothing going on. I can relax for a while. What kind of work do you do in Springville?
We don't work in Springville. In fact, this is our first time up in these parts. We're salesmen.
With all the farmers in Springville, you must be selling agricultural machinery.
No, as a matter of fact, we're distributors for a new line of washing machines. Nice talking to you, officer.
What's the matter?
I don't know. Maybe nothing. But you stay inside. Hope you gentlemen don't mind waiting a minute or two. We're having a big drive in safe and proper driving, checking all licenses and registrations. May I see your license?
He's probably called in. We'd better take him with us. Tell the girl if the cops follow us, this one gets it.
All right.
We're taking your boyfriend with us. If you want him alive, don't make a call. If the police do show, tell him not to follow. We'll put a slug in him just the way he did to Charlie.
What about Charlie? He's done. Let's get out of here.
Giving me the highway patrol.
You can land right down there. Get the coroner and an ambulance here right away. Matthews, Highway Patrol. Where's Simpson?
Well, they took him with them.
Did you see what happened?
Well, I was on the inside. He tried to stop them, and then he pulled a gun. Well, that's when Jimmy, Officer Simpson, shot him. Well, then one of the others hit Jimmy behind the neck.
How long ago did you leave and which way?
About 20 minutes.
I'll have somebody here in a few minutes. Thanks for your help.
Oh, but what about Jimmy? They'll kill him if you follow.
Let us worry about that, will you?
What do you want to do with him? We'll have to decide what to do with him now. We're only about 5 miles from the cabin.
Cops aren't done, Greer. They've got our description, the make of the car, and probably our license number.
We're 20 miles from that restaurant. They know we have him by now. But I don't think the bluff will work. They'll be looking for us just the same.
Then what do we do? Let him have it or take him with us?
We'll have to get rid of him sometime. Just soon do it now. But if we kill a cop, we'll never be able to stop running. Just slug him again and put him in there. You got a long way to go, your excess baggage, Copter.
That's it. Take it down. It's Simpson.
Like it's been through 2 wars, but it's okay.
How long ago did they leave?
I don't know for sure. It couldn't have been over 10 minutes, though.
You got any leads at all?
Last thing I heard him say was they had a long way to go, and I was excess baggage. Then the lights went out.
Well, we're gonna have to start all over again. Come on, there's another gun in the chopper. I'll get it for you.
Just up the road. We'll hole up a few days where the cops won't find us. We've got a lifetime to spend the money.
Officer Simpson quickly filled Matthews in on his gunfight with the 3 criminals. The Highway Patrol now had no doubts that Sanders and Greer were the same men who had robbed the Sheffield payroll.
They got a long way to go before they reach a populated area. Maybe we can still spot them in a copter.
Maybe they decided to stay in this area.
There's not much to hide out in around here.
What about farmhouses?
A few, pretty well scattered about, though.
Let's take a look at the chopper. Come on, get in. Watch your head going around.
Burned. The cabin, the supplies.
We should have held onto that cop.
It's too late now.
Well, let's get back on the road.
No, we haven't got a chance here. They'll be looking for us.
We haven't got a chance here.
There's only one thing to do. Let's find a farmhouse.
What if there aren't any around?
There are. We passed a few coming up that road there.
Still a couple of miles over.
This looks like our best bet. Take a look around the back. I know it's the wrong time of the day to catch the man of the house at home, but maybe you could tell me the best time to see him.
Why, he's not around. Could I help you?
Well, I don't mind waiting. Will he be back soon?
He and my son have gone fishing. Won't be back for a couple of days.
I see. Then I will talk to you. Just keep quiet. I told you to keep quiet.
Everything all right?
Yeah, anybody in the back?
No, the car's gone from the garage.
Good, put ours in it.
Okay.
Anybody else in the house?
I told you, they're away fishing.
The crying isn't going to do you any good, lady. We're going to be here a while, so we might as well get along. You expect anybody here today?
Not unless one of the neighbors calls.
Yeah, well, if they do, you're not taking any visitors.
The car's away. Nobody'd be able to see it.
All right, check the rest of the house.
She alone?
She better be.
What do you want from me?
Nothing, lady. Except shelter and food and no tears.
Can't you go somewhere else? I don't know if I can stand it.
Oh, you'll stand it. People stand a lot of things when they don't have any choice. Now, how about some food? We're hungry.
Are the police after you?
Now you're catching on. Let's go to the kitchen.
Police take a house. Tell them if they see any strangers, notify the patrol. Go on.
Matthews and Simpson knew that if the two fugitives should decide to take refuge in one of the few isolated farmhouses in the area, the occupants would be in extreme danger. They also knew that dislodging these desperate men would prove to be a hazardous job. In an effort to preclude such incidents, Matthews and Simpson made their careful house-to-house search.
Haven't seen anyone. The only house left around here is down the road.
Let's check it.
You're a good cook, Mrs. Dean.
Yeah, your husband's a lucky man. It's that cop and another man.
The one I slugged.
Yeah, the one you slugged. They're going to be knocking on that door in a minute. I'm going to be right behind you with this. Your life depends on what you say. Is that clear? Get in the other room. If they're onto us, you know what to do.
All right.
Remember, lady, if you want to see your husband and boy again, make sure those cops don't come in this house.
But if...
There aren't any ifs left.
Yes?
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. We're looking for a couple of men. We think they might be in this area.
No, I haven't seen any strangers around here.
Well, if you happen to see them, notify Highway Patrol right away. They're armed and dangerous.
Yes, I'll do that.
We'll check with you before we leave the area. Thanks very much.
How's it look?
They're going away. You did a good job. Next time they come around, do just as good, and you might see your husband again after all.
If the police don't think you're here, why can't you leave?
I told you, lady, we'll be your guest for a few days.
Anything?
She was trying to give me some kind of a signal. There's got to be somebody in there holding a gun at her head.
Maybe we can get around to the back.
No, I don't think so. You get over there and cover the house. I'm going to check with the neighbor again, see if she's alone. Go ahead.
Dan Matthews had a daring plan to help the desperate Mrs. Dean. But it was necessary to know whether or not there were lives other than Mrs. Dean's in jeopardy.
Give me a piece of paper.
How do we stand?
I don't know. The neighbors say Mrs. Dean's alone. Family's out of town for a couple of days. Here. Get over there and guard that position. Watch the door.
Think the woman will react to the note?
I don't know, but if she starts running, cover her with all the lead you can.
Here comes that patrol guy again. This time he's alone. He's coming back to check again, lady. If you're convincing we should be seeing the last of him. And remember that, husband and boy.
I'm sorry to bother you again.
That's quite all right.
You haven't seen the two men at all, huh? Go to your neighbors. Come on, get out of here. On both of you. Throw your guns out. Come out with your hands up.
You want us? You come and get us!
Oh, I guarantee you we will. Circle that house in the chopper.
Yes, plenty room.
Warm it up. Let's get going.
Still out there.
Yeah, and if that copter's going for more help, we'll be able to rush him. Looks like it's coming right at us.
You'll have to go in by the front. The angle's no good from here.
Just get a shot at that thing. Let's get out of here.
Hold it! He didn't want to stop.
Call a car.
What are you gonna do to me?
I'm going to introduce you to 13 friends of mine. A judge and a jury. All right, move. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, if you care to drive, drive with care. This is Bradley Crawford saying, see you next week.
any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Not every crime in which the highway patrol is involved takes place in a car or on a highway. On the 7th of November, a case began when a forest ranger sighted a small airplane flying at a dangerously low altitude over the Ridgeway State Forest area and alerted the highway patrol for possible emergency aid.
Attention all units. Ranger reports airplane trying to make forced landing on fire break adjacent to Eagle Rock in vicinity Ridgeway Forest. 2240, take the call. Ambulance on the way.
2150 to headquarters. I'm right close to there. I'll take the call.
10-4.
Get in, Bonnie.
Breaks about 300 or 400 yards off that way.
Probably crashed or landed by now.
Well, whoever set this plane down here had to know what he was doing.
Yeah, they want to do it real bad, too. It's a light plane. Either took off or refueled just a few hours from here. Check the CAA number, then check Airways for a flight plan. Look around inside, see if you can find anything to show who owns this crate, will you?
Right.
Did you find anything?
No. Now, why would anybody want to put a plane down in a place like this?
Let's find out who. Maybe that'll tell us why. Oh, by the way, where did the forest ranger call from?
Oh, someplace near here. Headquarters said he'd meet us here.
You take a look over that way. I'll go over here. Keep within earshot.
Right.
Hey, Barney, come here.
Dead, huh?
Yeah. Hard blow on the back of the head, something heavy. Call headquarters. Get a couple of units up here. Bring back your area map. I'll wait for you.
Right. $21.50 to headquarters.
Go ahead, 2150.
The ranger's dead. Notify the coroner's office. Location, Eagle Rock. Occupant of plane missing. Request to units to help cover area. Further request. We want a 1028 and a 29 on a plane. CAA registration, Nora 3534 Charlie. That's Nora 3534 Charlie. Got some dope on the plane. Registered to Harry Barlow. No make on it.
The Harry Barlow?
Yeah. Plane took off this morning from City Airport. Flight plans for Barlow's ranch at Westport.
Westport. That's about 150 miles from here. Who was on the plane?
Barlow, his wife, and a private pilot named Steve Wesson. It's Barlow. He's mixed up in the rackets, isn't he?
Yeah, the numbers.
I never heard of him connected with anything rough, though.
Well, you have now. Figure it out. Plane lands in an isolated fire break. Apparently no emergency. Ranger reports the landing. Ranger turns up dead. Plane turns up deserted. Whoever set the plane down had a good reason. Didn't want to share his secret with the Ranger.
On the other hand, it might be something real simple. Engine trouble.
Barney, the Ranger didn't die of engine trouble. Let me have the map. Hello, Edwards.
Good morning.
See anything around?
No, you?
No. Can't have gotten very far in this short space of time. Tell me, what have we got around here besides wilderness?
Well, over here's the Ridgeway Resort Hotel.
Open now?
Yeah. It's a good 15-mile hike. Uphill all the way, and if Mrs. Barlow is supposed to be with him...
All right, we'll forget it. What are these mono cabins?
The boys covering the highway are going to check it.
But what's this?
Eccles Corner. About a mile and a half east of here, out in the open. It caters to hunters during the season. It closed down about a week ago, and nobody left there now.
Anybody covering it?
Not yet.
All right, Barney, you and I will get over there. Edward, you stay with the plane. Get a print man out here to check the Jeep.
Right.
Yeah, hold it.
Well, is this it?
No, we're almost there.
What's the matter?
Just want to make sure we don't run into anybody.
So what? We looked the part. Campers, that's all.
Yeah.
Is it much farther?
According to the map, only a quarter of a mile.
Well, let's go, Steve.
Okay. Just want to be careful, Mr. Barlow, that's all.
There's nothing to worry about. We're doing everything right. Come on.
Well, there it is.
Right.
You check that building over there. I'll check this one.
Everything's locked up. No sign of anybody.
Sam, here. Let's take a look around the side. You get around the back.
Wait a minute, honey.
This must be it.
You sure?
Yeah.
We're way ahead of time.
Isn't there some way we can let them know we're here?
I don't know, Mrs. Barlow. Maybe if I scout around a little. Wait!
Wait for what?
What is it, Steve?
All right, Barney, come here. Steve Wesson, Mr. and Mrs. Harry Barlow. I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Police.
All right, search him.
All right, turn around. You on the left. Step forward and throw your pack on the ground. Get those hands back up. Step back. You on the right. Same thing. They're clean.
Put your hands down and turn around.
What do you want with us?
You were on that plane, weren't you?
Yeah? Our guides. We were supposed to meet our guides.
Did you see a ranger when you landed?
No, we didn't see a ranger. We didn't see anybody.
There was a ranger found dead near your plane. I want to know everything you've done since you've landed.
Well, we got out of the plane. What else?
Then what?
We started hiking. We hiked from the plane to here.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what we did.
There's been a killing. The time and place fit in with the landing of your plane.
We don't know anything about that. Harry's right. We're meeting our guide.
Guides for what? You're not carrying any guns. I'd like to take a look at those packs. May I?
There's nothing in there, just some personal stuff.
I said, may I? Barney.
What do you want with us? We haven't done anything.
It's pretty risky landing that plane where you did. I don't think you'll take the chance of splattering yourself all over the countryside just to come up here and toast marshmallows.
We're camping. There's no law against it, is there?
Oh, but there's a law against murder, and the man who saw you land is dead. What's in this bag?
Nothing, just personal stuff.
Yeah, it's real personal. It's locked. Let me have the key.
I don't have it.
I'm not going to let a little thing like a key stop me. Give it to me.
Here. That's mine, every dime of it. Call my bank, they'll tell you.
Call them, Mr. Matthews. Once we can prove the money's ours, you'll let us go, won't you?
It's an awful lot of money to take on a camping trip. How much is it, about 100 grand?
Look, I'll level with you. I was in a little deal with a couple of partners. I double-crossed them. Brought the money up here to bury it. That's the truth. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, Mr. Matthews, I swear it.
That's what Mr. Barlow told me when we took off. He told me he was going to bury the money somewhere out here.
Barney, open the other pack. You look like a sensible woman, Mrs. Barlow. What's your part in this expedition? What's the money for? What's it buying?
She doesn't know a thing about this. Not a thing.
What's in the pack?
Nothing. Just some clothes and things. Those are mine. My clothes.
Prescription made out to Virginia Barlow. Is that your daughter?
Yeah. She's up here camping with some friends. She catches cold easy, so we thought we'd...
So you're going to try and tell me you land a plane in a fire break, kill a ranger just to bring your daughter some cough syrup, huh? You don't think I believe that, do you?
Harry, please. Tell him. He'll help us.
How can he help us? He's a...
Go on, say it, Barlow. I'm a cop. The only reason the cop can't help you is because you're starting trouble or you're under a threat. Now, what's the 100 grand for? Ransom for your daughter? Come on, talk.
They're to meet us here at noon. If everything goes all right, we'll get Ginny back.
But they told us what would happen if we brought the cops in. You know what that means, Matthews. If they see cops around here, they'll kill my daughter.
What's the whole story, Barlow?
Ginny's just been home from the sanitarium for a few weeks. She's been pretty sick. She's been studying art. She likes to paint. You know, landscapes and all. She went for a walk yesterday to do some sketching. We got a phone call an hour later. We'd get her back safe and sound if we obeyed instructions. That meant keeping our mouths shut, staying away from the cops, 100 grand in ransom money. They gave me instructions to come by plane, land in that firebreak clearing, and meet them at 12 o'clock, here.
It's a tricky place to put down a plane. Not many pilots could do it.
Well, we're lucky to have Steve.
You got any idea who's behind this?
I've got enemies, sure. They'd rob me blind if they could. But they wouldn't try to get at me through my daughter. I don't know anybody like that.
Please, Mr. Matthews, let us get Ginny back. Call your men off.
You give me this break, Matthews. I swear I'll stand still for anything you want to do to me afterwards.
It's 11 o'clock. We've got 1 hour if they're on the level. I want you people to stay out here in the open. You're not to leave the clearing. Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
All right, here. Better wrap up that money bottle. Come on, Barney.
You think they're on the level?
If it was Barlow alone, I wouldn't be too sure. With his wife's face, that told me plenty.
Like what?
Like we better find Virginia Barlow fast.
The patrol formula formulated a plan by placing their available men at vantage points nearby and undercover. While they waited, the Barlows waited too, anxiously hoping their meeting would result in their daughter's safe return.
It's all set up. We got men watching that clearing from every angle. I don't even think you could spot them through the glasses.
Well, it's 6 minutes before 12. These last few minutes must be pretty rough on Mrs. Barlow.
What time is it?
At 5,
Please, dear Lord, please.
What'd you say, dear?
Nothing.
Listen, honey. You know how you always say you'd give anything in the world if I'd clear out of this racket? I will. I swear it. If we get Jenny back, I'm pulling out right away.
We're going to get her back, aren't we, Harry? We are, aren't we?
Sure we are. Don't worry. Just a few minutes more now. You know what? I'll bet the first thing she wants to do is set up an easel and paint a picture of these hills. Easy, honey. Easy. We just got to sweat it out.
It's almost 12. Who's guarding the plane, Barney?
Edwards and Zillings.
Good. Who's ever holding the Barlow girl's gonna head straight for the plane. It's the fastest and most logical way to get out of here, and nothing's gonna stop him either.
Yeah, the ranger found that out. Poor guy.
12 o'clock, straight up.
Do you think they may have spotted us while we were down there?
Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible.
What time is it now?
A couple of minutes more.
You said that before. Oh, it's after the time. They're not coming.
My watch is fast.
We have the money. Let Jenny go, please. Jenny!
No, Mrs. Barlow, no.
Ellen, baby.
Jenny! Jenny!
Keep her back, Barlow. Take it easy, kid. You're okay.
Told you there wouldn't be any trouble, honey. Just hold still now.
Why, that's Cooper, our gardener, and his wife.
What's the matter, Barlow? You look a little surprised. Didn't you think we'd keep our word?
I never thought you'd do anything like this, Cooper.
The trouble with you, Barlow, is you trust the wrong people. The man in the racket shouldn't trust anyone, especially the people who work for him. How about it, pilot? You should know. You work for him, too.
You ought to be strung up by your thumbs for this, Cooper.
Yeah, it's kind of strange the way Barlow's acting. Seems to know those two.
Know them?
Yeah, he and his wife looked awful surprised when they saw who had their daughter.
Well, that's a nice way to celebrate Old Home Week.
Let's wait. We'll let them make the first move.
Here's the money. 100,000. It's all in here. We did everything just like you say.
Please.
Stay back, Mrs. Barlow. Just throw it at my feet, Mr. Barlow.
Let me go. Let me go.
Relax, kid. I'll tell you when.
Easy, Jenny. Take it easy. Please, honey, don't spoil it now.
The money's all there. Every penny of it. All we want is Jenny. Please, let her go. She isn't well.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Barlow. Plans have changed. I'm going to have to keep the girl for a while yet.
Why? We kept our promise. You said...
Kept your promise? Kept your promise? What are those cops doing around here?
We didn't have anything to do with them.
Cut it out, Barlow. They're not here for the fresh air.
I swear we didn't bring them here, Mr. Cooper. They came to investigate the plane. You know me well enough to know I wouldn't lie to you. Please, let Jenny go.
Stop fretting, Mrs. Barlow. We're not going to hurt her one bit. We've been good to you, haven't we, honey? Oh, let go. Let go of me.
Wait, Jenny, wait. It'll be all right. Let us handle it.
That makes sense, Barlow.
Get ready, Barney. We may have to move fast.
Where are the cops now, Barlow?
They left. They didn't know anything about this.
Hold it, Cooper.
Tell the truth, Barlow. Where are those cops now?
You wouldn't shoot that girl, Cooper. You wouldn't dare.
Oh, no? What makes you think I owe Barlow anything?
You wouldn't shoot that kid because she's too useful to you. She's your free ticket out of here. Without her, you're a dead duck, and you know it.
Hold it, pilot. No funny stuff.
In the name of heaven, Cooper, give us our daughter, please.
Not now, Barlow. Later.
We'll take good care of her. We just want to keep her with us till we get to the highway. After all, we took care of her all this time. Now it's her turn to take care of us.
Please.
Well, they're sure doing a lot of gabbing down there. They haven't let the girl go yet, either. They'd only separate long enough.
You still think they'll head for the plane?
They specified a plane on their orders, and that wasn't to make Barlow more comfortable.
Yeah, but the Barlows have the pilot.
Yeah, I know.
What are you gonna do, Cooper, when you get to the highway?
You got a car waiting for us?
That makes sense, Cooper. You're a guy who could pull us off this morning.
What's he waiting for? You've played your part real well, but you don't add lips so good.
What are you talking about?
Figure it out. When you and the Barlows saw me, they didn't know me from Adam. I could have been there to collect the ransom, but you knew different. You were surprised. You were the one who told them to stay back, remember?
I don't get it. Look, this guy's desperate.
I noticed the Barlows' reaction when they saw who was holding their daughter. They were surprised, and you weren't. The hostage gag was a good one, too. And the plane was part of the plan, and every plane needs a pilot. Now, if your buddy's still so anxious to pull the trigger, let him go ahead before my men start shooting, because you're going to get it for killing the Ranger anyway.
Killing the Ranger?
Eddie, for Pete's sake, throw your gun away.
All right, put your hands behind your heads. Walk this way. Well, how'd you figure that one out?
I went to the Patrol Academy, remember? patrol story next week is a very unusual one. We hope you'll be with us. Until then, remember, the clowns at the circus, they're real funny. But on the highway, they're murder. This is Roderick Crawford saying see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. One of the functions of the Highway Patrol is the safeguarding of the public highways for all kinds of carriers, all types of people. On March 23rd, a bus was carrying Ray Summers home from state prison where he had served a sentence for armed robbery, first offense. Unknown to Summers, the bus was being trailed by Frank Brimmer, his ex-partner, who had not been caught in the robbery, and Brimmer's new partner, Sandy Hopak. An anxious wife in the town of Fairlane waited impatiently for a bus bringing her husband home from prison.
All right. Gee, you look good to me.
Well, I feel pretty good.
Ray Summers had served his time for a first offense burglary. He had been a model prisoner and was now ready, with the help of his wife, Ginny, to start a new life.
Going home, all right.
Any way of getting there ahead of them?
I can cut around Lexington Boulevard, but we'll have to step on it.
Okay, go ahead and try it.
Brimmer's anonymous tip to the patrol had been responsible for Summers' imprisonment. Knowing that Summers had hidden the money before being captured, Brimmer intended to follow him until the hiding place was disclosed.
There's a man who knows where there's enough cash to keep you and me for a long time.
Brimmer.
Yeah.
You double-crossed Summers once, and you're about to do it again. Don't try that on me.
Why, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Don't interrupt. I'm clean on that job that you two pulled. And if you try to gyp me out of $1 of that money, the cops are going to get the same anonymous phone call that you gave them on Summers.
Look, we're partners in this.
That's right. You're calling the shots, but we're partners. Equal partners. Remember that.
Okay.
Darling, this is your new home. Do you like it?
That's swell.
And there's a brand new chair just for you. Go ahead and try it. Well, how is it?
Oh, great.
You know, I think you've put on a little weight.
Oh, a couple of pounds, I guess.
I took a few days off from work.
Well, good for you.
I thought maybe we could go somewhere. Ray, is something wrong?
No. Why?
I don't know. You kind of seem a little quiet. Aren't you happy being home?
Jenny, for 2 years, I've been thinking and planning what I'd say to you when I came home. Now, all I can say is what I said at the bus stop. I love you.
And I love you. Oh, darling, it's been so long since I've seen you.
It isn't going to be too easy to trail Summers. He's no fool.
Hasn't been too easy to trail his wife.
Well, if they start to go, you follow them in your car for a while. Then I'll take over in my car, and we'll switch back and forth. Smart, huh?
Smart, yeah. Have you been up to the cabin lately?
Oh, nearly every weekend.
Have we had any more visitors up there?
No, not since the first time. That cabin was such a wreck. But I've got it all fixed up now.
It was probably Brimmer. Say, has he ever bothered you?
No, I've never seen him. Our old apartment was searched several times, and I suspected it was you and Mr. Brimmer. But since I moved here, he doesn't know where I am.
And he probably figures he's entitled to half the money.
Ray, we're going to have a talk about that money.
What about it?
Honey, you've got to give it back.
Give it back?
Yes, to the people it belongs to.
But I put in almost 5 years of hard work and being locked up in a cage like an animal. And the loneliness.
Oh, but honey, you've got to give it back.
Ginny, I paid for stealing that money. Every last cent. Now think what it'll do for us.
Ray, I can't live through another period of waiting for you to get out of prison.
Well, I don't intend to go back to prison.
No one ever does.
But I can't be tried twice for the same crime.
The minute you spend 5 cents of that money, you're committing another crime.
If we're smart, no one will ever know.
Prisons all over the world are filled with people that thought they were too smart to be caught. Besides, I want an honest man for a husband. It's up to you, Ray. I'd like you to make a choice now.
Well, what would you use for money? I can't get a job, don't you realize that? Who do I give for references, the warden? I'm an ex-con. Would you trust an ex-con?
Would I?
Oh, Jenny, you're my wife. Of course you trust me, but outsiders, they...
Ray, you've made a mistake, and there will be problems, but we'll face them together. Now, the first one's the money. Where is it?
Maybe days before he goes for the money.
Relax. If they go, we'll hear them. And we'll follow them, whenever and wherever they go.
First, we'll go to the police.
No, no police. I'll give it back to the people I took it from.
But they're 100 miles away.
Well, why can't we take a little trip?
Oh, wonderful.
All right, I'll call Mr. Gordon at the lumber company and tell him we're on our way to give him back his money.
All right.
Okay. Hello, long distance? I want to place a call to Mr. Gordon at the Preston Lumber Company. Yeah, that's right. It's on Highway 24, about 4 miles south of Waynesburg. Yeah, I'll hold on.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Gordon. This is Ray Summers.
Yes, Mr. Summers. Ray Summers? Are you the man who...
Yes, I'm the man, or rather one of the men, who stole your payroll 5 years ago. I just got out of prison.
Well, where are you now?
100 miles away.
Well, what do you want?
I still have the money I stole from you, and I want to return it.
All of it?
Yes, all of it. We'll be leaving shortly, and we should see you later in the day.
Well, thank you, Mr. Summers. We'll be very glad to see you. Put in a long-distance call for Mr. Matthews at Highway Patrol Headquarters. Hurry.
Let's pack a few things and make an occasion of it. I bet it's an occasion for Gordon, too.
Maybe he'll give you work.
Oh, fat chance of that.
Well, that's about all there is to it. He's on his way. That's all he said. I testified against him, Mr. Matthews. I'd be afraid to meet him.
Well, don't worry, Mr. Gordon. I promise nothing will happen to you.
Well, if there's anything else I can do...
At the moment, no. If there is, we'll call you. Thanks very much.
Here's a package on Ray Summers.
Well, I've heard everything now. Here's a guy who steals a lot of money. Now he wants to give it back.
Was that Gordon on the phone?
Yeah, he wants to know what we do in a situation like this. Well, if the guy wants to go straight, we'll back him up, but we got to protect Mr. Gordon, too.
He's afraid Summers is out for revenge, huh? He could be right.
It's up to us to see he gets the money back. Summers might have other ideas.
Where is Summers?
Fairlane. That's about 100 miles from the lumber company.
That's a big hill.
I'll trace the call to Gordon. You call the prison. Get all the information you can. We'll tag along just in case. It's Matthews.
Patrol headquarters, every effort was being made to get information about Ray Summers and to locate him.
Report from the prison. Summers was a model prisoner. He's married and his wife Virginia came to see him every visitor's day. Her address is 224 Byrne Avenue, Fairlane.
What's the phone number?
Digman, 4321.
Anything else?
No, as far as they know, he was intended to go straight home.
Get me an 1128 on Virginia Summers.
Right.
You what? Oh, 5. No, that's all right. Thanks very much.
Mrs. Virginia Summers owns a four-door sedan, Mary Paul Frank, 686.
Same address?
Same address, 224 Byrne Avenue.
Well, we're hot. That call to the lumber company was from a phone listed to Virginia Summers. Let's see if I can get him. Get me Digman 4321 right away, will you? You know, it's funny. Summers took a top rap for his first sentence because he wouldn't tell who was with him or what he did with the money. I thought the other guy had the money. You know, I could be wrong.
Didn't we get Summers on a direct tip-off?
Yeah, that's right. An anonymous tip. Gordon identified him. That's why we knew he had a pal. Gordon had seen both of them. We never saw the other guy or the money. What? Oh, thanks very much. They don't answer.
That could mean that they've already started for the lumber company.
Well, we'll have to pick them up on the road then. Come here. Here's Fairlane. Here's the lumber company. Here's where we are. What other called all units? Watch for a four-door sedan. Mary Paul Frank 686. If Summers wants to give back the money, let's give him a chance.
Okay.
I'll tell the units, if they see the car, report it. Don't follow it.
.2830 to headquarters.
Headquarters, bye.
Hardtop coupe, license number Mary Paul Frank 686, just passed me traveling north. Approximate speed, 40 miles an hour.
What's your 1020?
Culvert 1791, 10 miles south of Lane Junction.
Stand by.
10-4.
Vehicle just passed 2830, 10 miles south of Lane Junction, Route 21, 40 miles per hour. Summers has a cabin, back River Road, north of 2.
Well, it should take him about 15 minutes to get to the junction. I'll take the undercover car. Keep in touch with me.
What about 2830?
Move ahead just in case.
Headquarters to 2830.
2830, bye.
Cut through Freedom Dam Pass and rejoin Highway 24 at intersection of Route 31. You should make it ahead of the vehicle under surveillance. Wait there for instruction.
10-4.
Gee, the place looks just like it did 5 years ago.
I've always loved this place. Somehow it seems to be a part of us. I was broken-hearted when I came up here and saw it all torn apart.
Well, you sure did a swell job putting it back together.
I think so.
Well, now if I can find a screwdriver, we'll pick up that money and be on our way.
All right.
$21.50 to $28.30.
2830, bye.
Summers past you yet?
Negative.
I'm going up and check the cabin. If you don't see him, come on up and look for my car.
10-4.
Well, if it was Brimmer that ransacked the cabin, he evidently didn't want my screwdriver.
Didn't the police search the cabin?
Yeah?
It's funny they didn't find the money.
Well, obviously, they didn't look in the right place.
$21.50 to $28.30.
Go ahead, 2150.
There's a second car here. Get up here. Code 2.
10-4.
Well, here it is.
Oh, don't bother with the wall bracket. Let's go and murder this money.
You won't have to go far.
Brimmer.
I'll take the money, Ray. Half of that money belongs to me, Ray. Remember? I waited a long time for the money. Now I'll take it all.
You didn't serve half the sentence. You don't get any of it, and neither do I. I'm returning this money to the lumber company.
What? Oh, I couldn't let you do that.
Through some misguided feeling of obligation or honor, my husband didn't inform on you. But I have no such compunctions. If you take that money, I'll tell the police you're one of the men involved in the robbery.
Over there. Move. Who's that man?
I don't know. I never saw him before.
You, Mrs. Summers?
I've never seen him either.
Get over there. Come in, mister. What's this, a holdup?
Yes, this man was trying to take...
Keep quiet, Mrs. Summers. What are you doing here, mister? I'm interested in this cabin. Are the owners here? You, Mr. Summers? How'd you know he was Summers? I heard you call the lady Mrs. Summers. All right, Ray. This place is getting crowded. Let me have the money.
I told you, this money's going back to the lumber company. Now, look, you're not in any trouble yet. Why don't you clear out of here?
Are you going to give me the money, or am I going to fire this 3 times? Starting with the lady. Give him the money. Thanks. Now the car keys. Now yours. Get over there. Now, don't any of you stick your nose outside that door until you hear my car start. Highway Patrol! I'll take this. And the keys. Now you know what I'm doing around here. Yeah, you're not so smart. A few more seconds and I'd have been away. A couple of more seconds, you'd have been shot, too. Take him in. I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Mr. Matthews, Ray had the money hidden in the cabin. We were really on our way to give it to Mr. Gordon.
Yeah, I gathered that. Here it is. I don't think you'll steal it or lose it, but do you mind if I tag along the rest of the way?
Oh, we'd welcome it. We don't want any more excitement today.
You're forgetting Mr. Gordon, aren't you?
Oh.
Let's go. See the Highway Patrol in action again next week. Until then, remember, leave your blood at the Red Cross, not on the highway. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Constant and relentless fight against crime and the criminal who commits that crime, the Highway Patrol occasionally finds itself playing another unique role in the interests of public safety, such as escorting a cargo of highly potent radioactive material designed for special industrial use from its point of arrival at the airport to its final destination along a carefully charted route to avoid all civilian traffic. The cargo, a handful of pellets, hot, deadly, more lethal than a killer with a loaded gun.
Over this way, Mr. Matthews.
Gently, Wells. That stuff's worth a fortune to the lab. Say nothing of getting your fingers burned.
I'll remember, Mr. Garson.
Well, I guess that completes our assignment.
Okay. I don't get it. You baby this thing all the way here, then you turn it over to a kid.
We figure it's safer to have only one man handling it than 3 or 4. Cuts down on the nervous reflex action 3 to 1.
You know, I wouldn't have his job for $1 million tax-free, that is. Or yours either if any of that dust got loose.
Calculated risk, Mr. Matthews. We try to think of the good it can do. Well, thanks for babysitting us back to the plant. I didn't expect the boss man himself.
First run's always on the house.
No.
See you. 2150 to headquarters.
Headquarters, bye.
All set on that Western Chemical delivery. Coming in right now. 10-4?
10-4.
and calling. I know you're there. I don't know why you won't answer me, but I know you're there. Harry, please let me in. Harry. Harry, please let me in.
Faye.
Harry, I've been calling you. Where have you been?
Forget it. Forget it. Get away, Faye. Get out and stay out. Leave me alone. Don't come back.
Harry, you don't mean that.
All right, then. Maybe you'll get the message. You, me, the whole bit. For laughs.
Oh, no.
Yeah. One big happy laugh.
No.
Yeah. Laughs. It goes with life. It's good for you. It helps you grow up. Thanks. It was fun.
Fun, Harry?
Go on home. Have yourself a good cry. Tomorrow you'll feel better.
I've got the message, Harry.
Yeah, I got that. What else? A gray four-door sedan. I got it. I'll meet you there in 10 minutes. Get out an APB on this man. Have all available units cover the exits from the city. We want this guy for his own protection. He's hot. Real hot.
Never was in one bit of trouble since the day he moved in here. Always paid his rent on time. Never caused no one no bother. Come to think of it, he never even did complain of anything. You've been over his whole room with that thing. Now what are you doing?
Please, ma'am, I'm trying to check on something. It's for your own safety.
What'd he do? Bury a bomb?
Something like that, maybe.
Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Did you come about Harry, too?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what did he do?
Mr. Garson around any place?
He went around the back of the house.
Thanks. How did it happen?
I don't know yet. He must have had some kind of an accident on the way to the lab. He hid the stuff in one of the storage vaults. Didn't even belong there, but at least he got it out of everybody's way where they might have had contact.
Everybody except himself.
Yeah. Stuff's been sitting in the storage vaults 2 days now, ever since the shipment arrived. They weren't ready for it until today. Went looking for it in the lab where it should have been. I got the flash it was missing. We monitored every inch of the place. Finally picked up the spill, shut the plant, and decontaminated, but quick. With this, you don't take chances.
So the kid got scared and ran, huh?
If only he'd have used his head. Reported the accident, turned himself in, got himself cleaned up.
All right, so he didn't.
This gets out, there's going to be a lot of people get a lot of queer ideas, Mr. Matthews. There'll be rumors, maybe even hysteria. There'll be some people may even think he's contagious, that he can pass on the radiation, contaminate them.
Can he?
I think we've hit it.
Harry running around loose giving people something worse than smallpox or measles even. Harry and that girl used to sit right out here nights. That sweet little girl.
What girl?
Well, that sweet little girl Harry's going to marry.
We spoke through the door. He wouldn't let me in to see him, to speak to him. I guess I know now why he said those things. Oh, Mr. Matthews, if only he told me what really happened. I could have done something. Make him go back to the plant, take him to a doctor, anything. If only for our sakes.
You see, he didn't want any of these things to happen. He thought it was too late, that he was hopeless. Have you got any idea where he might go to hide?
2488 to headquarters. My 1020 is the old Kingston Road, north about 8 miles. Looks like we picked up the Wells car, ran out of gas.
Tell him I'll be right there. Alert all units in the area. Come on, we might find uranium with that thing yet. All right, you can go now. Thank you.
Matthews, when you find him, tell him I love him.
That's Wells' car, all right.
I located some footprints. They lead across the road. He must have taken off in this direction.
Well, he's in there someplace. Sooner or later, he's going to get hungry. Then he's going to have to come out. Then he might hijack a car. I think he's scared enough to do almost anything. If he is, there's really going to be trouble. Let's go.
I'm nobody.
Where did you come from?
No place.
Well, you had to come from someplace. Well, didn't you?
Oh, I came from over there.
I know. I saw you. I'll tell you a secret. My daddy doesn't like anybody picking peaches from our trees. But you look like a nice man. You can have one if you want to. Can't he? See? My Dolly says you can have a peach if you want to. You tell him. You can have as many peaches as you want to have. And we promise we won't tell one living soul. Will we? Not even Daddy. Not even Daddy.
Henry Wells was still a man on the run, and Dan Matthews was still a man running after him in all directions at once.
He's been seen everywhere. Here, and here. Excuse me. Matthews. What's that? All right, thanks, Mrs. Grant. We'll be right over.
Wells?
Mrs. Grant says her kid saw him stealing fruit from a tree.
You said hunger, thirst would catch up with him.
She also says Will's hit the kid.
He what?
You heard me. Come on.
He looked at me so funny. I told him he could have all the peaches he wanted.
Then what did you say?
Well, my Dolly told him he could have all too. And we promised we wouldn't tell anybody, not even my daddy.
Then what happened?
Well, my dolly was just trying to be nice to him. That's all. She was only trying to be polite. But he hit her. He hurt my dolly. He hurt my dolly and threw her head away.
So I see. You know, I don't think he meant to hurt you or your doll. Here. Now, you just take it easy. We'll buy you a new doll.
You will?
We will. That's a promise.
You hear that? He's gonna buy me a dolly.
This time it was only a doll he smashed. He meant well. I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He just didn't want that kid to touch him. The longer he's on the loose, the worse he can get. Maybe he's got a gun. I don't know. I do know he's in these hills someplace. Did he come down, I'd have spotted him by now. 2150 to all patrol units. I'm going into the hills after Wells. Garson's with me. Block all main exits from this area. 10-4?
10-4.
You take it on this side. I'll go around the other side of the hill with a car. Here's your bloodhound.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Your hands up. I'll give you 10 seconds.
You've got 5. I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
How do I know who you say you are?
All right, here. Take a look.
I'm sorry.
What's your name?
Grant, Harvey Grant.
You the girl's father?
Yes, I've been out looking for him. Picked up his trail once, then lost him. Thought you might have been him backtracking.
Who gave you the right to be a one-man vigilante committee?
After what he almost did to my kid? Besides, I've heard all those rumors, how you've been looking for him, how...
He's not a criminal. He's a kid and he's scared. We want to get to him before he gets into any trouble.
I only thought that...
You know what you've done? You've taken the law into your own hand. That makes you as guilty as any criminal.
I only fired into the air. I only meant to frighten you. Him, I mean.
Suppose I had been Wells and you didn't fire into the air. You'd have been wanted for murder.
I didn't think. I lost my head.
You're still liable for arrest. We'll get to that later. Go on back home.
Oh, Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, what?
Some of my neighbors, they came out here with me to find him.
Get in the hills. Get those men back here quick. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Move!
patrol! Come on back, give yourself up! Well! Listen to me. You're all right. You're not going to die. You can be saved. Come on, Harry.
No. Go away. Don't come near me. You'll get it. Please, it's my fault. There's nothing can help. Don't come near me. Just go away. Please, leave me alone.
Harry, be sensible. You're not contagious. You're not a carrier. You can't pass this on to anybody else. Harry, I'll prove it to you. Here, Harry. Here's my hand. Take it. Come on, Harry. Take it.
You got another gun?
Yes, I have.
Throw it on the ground. Now take me to your car.
What are you trying to prove?
Start going.
All right, kid, it's your show.
I'm not trying to be a hero. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to get as far away from everything and everybody as I can.
Look, Harry, I've been trying to tell you...
I know. Save your breath. Let me be. Let me die my own way.
Hold it! He's got a gun on me. Let us through.
Tell him to get rid of his gun.
Drop your gun! Poor kid. Oh, by the way, Garson, how hot is hot?
Oh, he'll be all right. Go on home and get rid of your clothes. Take a nice hot shower and use plenty of soap.
Well, thanks, Mother. Let me have a hand here. You know something? I wouldn't have his job for $1 million tax-free. Or yours either. Oh, by the way, pick up the stuff with the tree, will you?
See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, if you care to drive, drive with care. This is Bradley Crawford saying, see you next week.